one. Be your good self. So she's got it being filmed, made friends today, and recruited them as camera crew.
Can you remember my name?
Jilliana. Please welcome Jilliana to the stage.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
No, I don't want that. I'm Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and I specialise in vignettes, which are episodes. They're all true episodes from my life. Ironically, the one I chose is called Just Desserts. Just a coincidence, but as it's short, I thought I'd read it because it has a Christmassy theme. Just Desserts. One Christmas time in the late 80s, my penny farthing, velocipede and bicycle collector, client and friend, American Prior Dodge, came to stay at our Notting Hill residence in the parallel road to the Portobello Market, Kensington Park Road. I had met Prior in Paris when we both had been living there in the early 80s before he moved back to his native New York. Later, in 1982, I stayed with him in his Soho loft on Broome Street, which housed his vast, important collection. We didn't see much of our guest as he was out every night dancing tango on the London tango circuit. Classical music and tango were his other passions, having been immersed in this world since childhood. His father, Roger Prior Dodge, had been a professional dancer, and Prior had studied the flute to a high professional level. He was also visiting bicycle collections dotted around the UK and doing research for his lavish coffee table book in London, to be later published by Flammarion in Paris. One evening, Prior invited Martin and I for a thank-you Christmassy dinner. I chose a restaurant in Bayswater that specialised in old historic British recipes, which was in walking distance on a cold winter's evening. The owner catered to film companies during the day on their shoots, but at night was hostess, but not with the mosters. We ordered festive food, but when it came to the desserts, Prior could not choose from the 5 Victorian desserts, even though he was specially tempted by the traditional, very British Christmas pudding. Instead, he suggested we 3 share all 5 traditional fare. The waiter was Brazilian, and so I ordered all 5 of the desserts. I don't know which language school he'd gone to or whether he was loco, but eventually 5 waiters turned up with 5 dishes for each of us, laid out up each arm, not even on a tray. We howled with laughter, almost wetting ourselves, until we were almost crying. Mr. Brazil was not amused, and nor the owner, who sided with the waiter and not her guests. How could any mortal consume 5 desserts? She must have been loco too. No one said good night, or thank you, or showed us to the door with a polite Merry Christmas. Never to return, so we thought. Sometime later, Martin started to receive special promotional offers. Eventually, these constant monthly promotions irritated him, as although the food was good, the attitude of the owner was not. One day he decided to tell her what he really thought, and so, in my presence, called her to tell her to delete our address as we were never coming back. He told her why in no uncertain terms. Horrified, she apologised profusely and offered us a complimentary dinner with wine to make up for her behaviour. We had to accept, even though, frankly, we didn't really want to. But what a difference in service and attitude that night, as the red carpet had been laid down for us and all the staff in attendance smiling. I didn't see the Brazilian waiter that evening. Perhaps he was at night school learning better English. That's it. Thank you.